Great. All right, so welcome everyone to our continuing education series. I'm Kirsten Kirschbaum. I'm here with one of my friends and also wellness advocates, Kirsten Iyer. Kirsten Squared, we like to call ourselves. There's many of you here who have actually already gone through this 8-week continuing education course, and either you wanted to go through it again because you wanted to learn more, or you're also looking to teach this course on your own. So you're looking for, okay, kind of pay attention to how to teach the class. So welcome, welcome Aisha. Nice to see you, girl. And also Beatrice just jumped on with us as well. So just wanted to say hello and aloha as we jump in here. Oh, look at that cute boy. Oh, cutie. I love
My
it.
name is Noah, and they are just the most adorable family.
Yeah, totally. Awesome. Very cool. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen with you. I have a presentation. We're going to definitely keep this under an hour this evening. So just going to kind of move through. I want to really connect with each of you and where you're at. I remember what it was like for me when I very first was introduced to essential oils, and I actually have some pictures here to share with you. You might appreciate. This was me with looks like about a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. So we're gonna go with 11 or so years ago. Pregnant with number 3. That is the moment where I was introduced to essential oils. Was around that time. My girlfriend actually had told me that I could start using the oils for my children, these 2 wild boys, as you can see here. And I really wanted to find a way to take care of my family naturally. And so I won't go into like all the detail of everything I tried and all that, but just I think all of us can relate to really, whether you're a mother or whether you're not, just looking for the best possible way to take care of all of those different health challenges, whether it's mental health or physical health, emotional health, spiritual health, all the different ways that we serve others, right? We're always looking for the best way to do that. And so it was a great blessing for me all those years ago to really have my mind and my heart open to using plant medicine and understanding the value of plants on this earth, both for our food as well as for our medicine. And so fast forward many years later, I now have 5 big, beautiful boys. And even this picture, I'm like, gosh, that was like 6 months ago and they are already bigger now. But I actually have 5 boys. I live in Hawaii. And doing doTERRA as a wellness advocate is my full-time job. And my husband Kyle and I do this from home together. We have educated hundreds of thousands of people over the years, and it's truly our greatest blessing. It's something, especially in 2020 and 2021 and beyond, that I have found has really grown even bigger now, because there's so many people who are truly seeking natural medicine from home. And also some people are seeking, ways to create an income from home and things like that. So it's just been a really wonderful blessing for us to be able to share that. So as we move in, just wanted to give you a quick idea of one of the people who's going to be speaking to you today. But before I dive into the content, I want you to know that right now in my life, and I believe for you as well, the number one most important thing to me is finding things that truly bring joy. And so all day today, I have been looking forward to speaking with you. Like, it's just been this like, oh my gosh, is it 2:30? 2:30 for me in Hawaii. Is it 2:30 yet? Like, I don't want to do anything else. I want to just be right here, ready to go. And that's because it brings me joy to be able to bring this information to you, because I know that it will change your life. When you were first introduced to the oils, it was probably because either me or one of your close friends here was like, hey, you got to try these oils. Like, it'll help you, or it'll help your family with whatever health challenge, right? But maybe what you didn't know is that this is a community, this is a family of natural healers who truly find joy in helping you. So that is why we do what we do. We know that each individual life that we can touch will bring more light, more joy, and more healing into that life. And that's why I continue to do this year after year. So it means a lot to me to be here with you. So thank you for being here with me. So this is a picture of one of my medicine cabinets. I'm very much into preparedness. Actually, it's something that I have been raised with my whole life, very conscious of like being prepared with food and, storage and water storage and medicine storage. And this over the years has become my collection. So anyone who comes into my home knows like, hey, just open those doors and like, any health challenge at all, we're going to be able to take care of it, whether it's the oils or some of our supplements. And we're going to talk about all of the different ways that you can learn more about how to use natural medicine in your home. Just wanted to give you a little sneak peek into what mine looks like. So Kirsten, actually, I believe you were going to share a little bit about the education and how you use the tools in EOE members. Is that right?
Yeah. Okay, one of my favorite things about getting to work with Kirsten is that lucky me decided to pick one of the most organized women in the world to work with. And so I loved walking into a system where everything is organized for us, both as customers and as advocates. And she really lets us know everything from the beginning that we will need to do to be able to learn to take care of ourselves. And so on the left-hand side here, you see the login to an amazing website that Kirsten and Kyle have put together. It's called eoemembers.com. And when you pull it up for the first time, for those of you who haven't before, you'll see a turquoise bubble like this on one side, and then right next to it will be one for people that are advocates. And so if you're a customer, you'll choose this side. If you're an advocate, you'll choose the other side. You'll create your own login. And when you go right to this website, it's organized in boxes on the left-hand side of the screen, the very first thing you need to do, and right under it, the next thing. And so it's just amazingly organized, step by step, one at a time, to get you started, to learn how to order, to answer your questions about using oils and where to find information about oils. This website's only been running, about a year, I want to say?
Yeah.
So it's amazing to be like, all right, here you go, one website. And it's just so simple and organized. And so I love that. The other picture next to this is an amazing book. This is the newer updated version. It's got an orange on the front instead of a lavender. And this is your A to Z oil guide. You can get this larger version in the picture here, or I also like the smaller version. It's a little more handy to stick in my bag and travel with. But the important thing about this guide is that in the beginning, there is a massive dictionary of almost any ailment that you can think of in your mind. And when you flip to it in either book, it gives you the top 3 oils to help support your body as it is working to overcome this trial. And it tells you how to use each oil in every application. And so that alone, you can flip through it and you'll even have forgotten about things that you're struggling with that you'll see when you go through them. Oh yeah, I have that. Oh yeah, I have that. And so such a great resource for anybody that's beginning or anybody that's had oils for a long time and has a large collection, because both of these books are full of ways for you to get more use out of your oils. The larger book has a recipe section, emotional health sections, and lots of specialized sections, even for holidays and things like that. You want me to keep going?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
On a roll.
Yeah, okay. When you're in eoemembers.com, underneath the wellness customer side, you're going to, the one on the left, you'll find this is one of the very first links in there. And it is an A to Z link, an A to Z search guide. And so it's a little bit different than what you're going to find in here, because people that work with oils are largely hindered by the language that we use when we discuss with our customers and with other people that we're teaching about the oils, because oils can be a little bit of a tricky thing as each person is affected just a little bit differently by them. And so the medical field of today and those that are in charge of that side of things would like us to make sure that we're always upfront and honest about being realistic and making sure you guys know all your options. And so instead of printing some of the things that we aren't supposed to say, we just put them here on this website for you guys. And so it's an amazing resource. When you click on any one of these items, it has, first of all, a definition of what the illness is. Then it has suggestions, many different suggestions for each thing that you can try. And then following that, it has real life testimonies of people that have used so many of those different ways and how it worked for them. And so you can go in there, since it has so many different options for each thing, you're bound to have some of the oils in there to be able to find just some really great ways to overcome a lot of things on here. So it's a great thing to bookmark. It says right here, bookmark this page on your phone so that you can have this access right on your front screen anytime that you need it.
Excellent. And we will remind you of this search tool. For some of you, this is the first time you're hearing it. And we know that it takes a few times of hearing something before you really understand the power of it. But this right here is gold. Like this right here is probably the most valuable thing that you will ever see in your essential oil usage or natural product usage because of the way that it's put together. So we will definitely remind you of it, how to find it, eoemembers.com. Over on that blue customer side, you can search from A to Z there. It's amazing. Thank you, Kirsten. So what we want to do right now is turn it back to you guys. So we know that each of you made a decision to get some essential oils or maybe some other types of products. And, you know, although we won't necessarily take the time to go through every single person, what we really want you to do is take a moment and write down the 3 reasons why you purchased doTERRA in the first place. We know, especially right now, that, you know, dollars are, for some of us, it's a little bit uncertain. We want to be very careful what we're spending our dollars on, right? And so some of us need to be reminded, like, why did I buy that kit? Gosh, I don't know. What was I thinking? You know, I'm here to remind you what you were thinking, okay? And sometimes I need people to remind me what I'm thinking too. So think about the 3 reasons why you purchased doTERRA. For me, in the beginning, it was definitely like, I wanted to find a natural way to take care of my children's ear infections. Those 2 little boys you saw with my big old round belly, I had 2 of those with 1 boy on the way, and my 2 guys, they kept getting ear infections. So the first class that I went to was all about how can I get my kids off of all these rounds of antibiotics and boost their immune system so that we don't keep repeating this same cycle. Another thing for me was, how do I care for my brand new baby boy that I'm about to have? I didn't have oils with my first 2 pregnancies, so I didn't really know how to use them with a brand new baby. So those were some of the things that were really important to me. So just think about that for yourself, all right? We'll move on. So I want you to take a moment now and maybe even look at the oils that you do have. You know, if they're easy access, I mean, you don't have to, mine are all over my house. There's no possible way I could go and gather them, because I'll show you pictures of how I organize my oils. But for those of you that maybe just got started, or you've just been going for a couple of months, really think about, note down or circle, if you have this form, the products which you already have. Right? So if you have the Lifelong Vitality supplements, go ahead and circle that. If you have our Serenity soft gels or adaptive oil, maybe if you're looking, you know, for Slim and Sassy for weight loss, like write down some of those things that you already have. And that will help as we go through some of these items. It'll help you to really see what you already have that will help you support your goals. And we'll talk about how to use it. All right. Now, one of my favorite ways to use the essential oils that I have is by diffusing them. And I think it's fun personally. Okay, so full disclosure, we just took our Christmas tree down today. Okay, we were gone for 3 weeks. And so when we got home on Monday, I was like, well, I don't feel like I got to enjoy my Christmas tree for very long. So we kept it up for a few more days. And so I was blasting the last 4 days, I was blasting holiday joy in my home. I just wanted to like have just a few more moments of the holiday joy with my tree. And we took it down today, and like right away, I'm like, no, okay, now I'm switching the diffuser, because now it's like fresh and clean January. It's a different feeling. I like to diffuse elevation when I'm in a really large room in my house. So just really try to diffuse something new every day. In my office right now, I have some On Guard diffusing. I felt like my house was a little bit stagnant. I wanted to kind of just make sure I clean out any bacteria or anything lingering when I was gone for 3 weeks. So just play with your oils and play with the diffusers and have fun with that. Here's a picture of 3 different rooms in my home. right next to my bed. That really is my bed. I took a picture of it. Right next to my bed, I have Citrus Bliss and Serenity. That is two of my favorite combinations of oils. In my children's room with that cute little whale diffuser, I have On Guard going a lot. My kids, I mean, whether they're in school or whether they're just with their friends all the time, like, and did you know that when you start to feel a little tickle in your throat or maybe some congestion, you've already had the bacteria or virus for a couple of days. So you actually get that, and then you start to feel the effects of it. So that's one of the reasons why I like to diffuse On Guard proactively, because I know that I'm just kind of killing whatever little bacteria or virus is trying to jump into my body or my children's bodies. Two others that I really enjoy right by my front door are Breathe and Purify. Purify is really good for purifying the air, and Breathe is just a really nice deep breath enhancing oil that I love. So just a few examples of how you can set up diffusers, or just, if you only have one for now, decide your area of your home that you want to do that and play around with those combinations.
If you guys are new to diffusing, just a couple of things. There's no wrong way for you to load your diffuser. There are any two oils you put in there that shouldn't be together. None of them will explode or cause such a horrible funk that you won't be able to breathe. And so it's a matter of what you enjoy, and it's a matter of what you're trying to achieve with what you're trying to diffuse. And so if you're starting in a small space, just a couple of drops, you can increase the number of drops in there until you like that pleasant aroma in the room. I know some people think you have to have a specific recipe, but you can make up your own. If you like specific recipes, Googling any type of emotion you're trying to come up with, or even just Googling doTERRA diffuser blends, will give you a ton of great ideas and recipes for you to use what you already have and maybe grab a few new things. One more thing that I like to mention is that your diffuser would love to be cleaned out every once in a while. And if you use the same couple of scents over and over, sometimes it seems like those scents don't come out. So once a month, I like to empty it, put just a splash of vinegar in there with some water, let it sit for a couple minutes and run it for about 30 minutes and dump it out and wipe it just with a little cloth or a towel, and then you're good to go. If you wait a long time, you can get grime built up in there. And so good idea just to keep that kind of in the back of your mind. Good idea to do it, on the first of every month or the last day of every month or something like that. So there you go.
Ideas. Thank you so much. I love it. All right, so moving on, the next way that you can use your oils that maybe you haven't thought of already, and if you come to a class, like we talk about it in our classes, right? But now it's like, okay, I've got my oils, like remind me what I'm supposed to do, So start using 1 to 2 drops of citrus in your water daily. This is an excellent way to use oils. This is a way that I love to use oils. So I have my stainless steel cup here with a sticker on it that says have fun. I just need to remind myself to have fun sometimes. So I put either lemon, or I personally really love Slim and Sassy oil. So I use Slim and Sassy in my stainless steel water bottle. And that also keeps my kids away from taking my water all the time, which I really enjoy, because they're not expecting it, and it's kind of pepperminty, so they're not a fan. But I love using citrus in our water. It's one of the greatest ways to just simply detoxify your body without going through some major cleanse or anything like that. Just start with 1 to 2 drops of lemon oil in your water every day and see how you get less brain fog, more energy, and even your digestion starts working better. It's a very simple way to do it.
You guys can also take that same water and heat it up, which is what I love to do here where I live in a colder area than Hawaii. And my favorite is a drop of wild orange and a drop of ginger. So it's got a little bit of spice and a little bit of sweet. Sometimes I'll do a little honey, sometimes not, but we have, I think, almost 20 different oils that you can use to create teas. And so just another idea for you to use your oils. Excellent. I always wonder what you're drinking in that mug. I swear every time we're on a call, you've got a yummy mug and I'm like, what is in there? Is that what's usually in there? Is some essential oil tea blend that you made up? Yep, every time. I love it. That's great. That's so fun. All right, here's a great question that we get. So using your oils topically is very soothing to your muscles, joints, and skin irritations. Especially I use essential oils on my face as part of my beauty regimen every day. So
I use our skincare line and it's amazing. We're going to have a whole class on that. So we won't go there now, but a lot of questions come up about diluting the oils, especially on children or, somebody with very sensitive skin. So here's a great way to kind of plan for how, if you wanted to dilute the oils, and just understand that if an oil ever feels uncomfortable on your skin, or if it gets into your eyes, what you want to do is use fractionated coconut oil or any vegetable oil if you have it on hand, right? Ideally, the fractionated coconut oil works the best because the fat has been taken out of it. And so it actually doesn't create like an oily barrier. It actually allows the oils to seep into your skin, which is a good thing. So don't use water if something is burning, like an oregano or a cinnamon or something that's hot on the skin, because oils and water actually don't mix well. And so sometimes my kids will get, a drop of peppermint on their hand and they'll accidentally touch their eye or something. I always just take the whole thing of fractionated coconut oil and I just rub it in my hand and I just rub it right on their eye. I've had to do that a couple of times. No skin was damaged in the process, but it was a little bit uncomfortable for them. So this graphic is a great way to kind of see if you have some roller bottles. You can get those from doTERRA or, lots of places. But under 2 years of age, really just 1 drop of oil for every 10 drops of fractionated coconut oil is a great ratio, right? So you can see as you get older, 2 to 6 years, 1 drop with 4 drops, right, of fractionated coconut oil, and 6 and above, you can kind of get a little bit stronger. So it depends on what you like, but also know that you're not going to hurt anybody or anything when you dilute it. So it's not like you can do it wrong. I don't want it to feel overwhelming. All right. So that's a good little picture for you. All right. Now I took this picture of myself one day because it was like right when the pandemic was starting. It was right when we were all shut up in our homes and none of us had any idea what anything was going to look like or what normal was ever going to be again. I was just like, what should I do? And I just took the selfie. My friend was like, how are you? And I just went like this and snapped a selfie. And I just, sometimes with 5 kids and all the other things, it's a little bit crazy. But what's really, really important is that you have a daily health regimen. It's never, ever been more important for you and for your family, for you to take care of yourself, right? So your supplements are now a part of your daily nutrition. You'll hear us talk a lot about our lifelong vitality vitamins. So I won't go into all the details there, but just understand that, it's good to start slowly when you start something new, right? So that's why I was mentioning, put a couple of drops of lemon in your water and try a new diffuser blend and just enjoy that. If you have the lifelong vitality supplements, maybe consider starting with just half of a dose for a few days, just to see, right? How is your body going to react to this? How are you going to feel as you build up nutritional support in your body, right? So a full dose of our vitamins is actually taken twice daily. So I take them at breakfast. I do more, I don't really eat breakfast a whole lot. So I'll do lunch and dinner. That's more commonly for me, but you just decide where you want them to be and when you want to take them and make it a lifestyle. All right. Taking supplements at the same time daily creates a ritual alongside meals or something else that is constant in your routine. Keeping them out. I have actually a couple different places I keep mine because my house is big and and I just sometimes don't want to walk across the house if I forgot to get them over in the kitchen. So anyway, setting yourself up for success is the most important thing that you can do in the very beginning. All right. And then don't be afraid to laugh at yourself. Okay. Or remember this silly picture of me. Right. So this is a sample wellness box. So a lot of you, again, if you're brand new, you probably got your starter package of essential oils. You've got some nice oils to start working with, to diffuse, to put on topically, to, maybe put in your water. And a lot of people talk about a subscription box, right? So I want to tell you about one of my most common orders that I make from doTERRA. I always have my Lifelong Vitality vitamins in my shopping cart. And then with a family of 7, over here, we do go through quite a bit of toothpaste. So a toothpaste would be another option for things that I would use like on a regular basis. My husband and I both take Copaiba at night before bed. So that would be at least four every night coming, out of our home. So that's a regular. Copaiba is always in my shopping cart. And then a Balance and a Wild Orange. If you haven't experienced Balance and Wild Orange, if those didn't come in your first kit, I highly recommend, outside of the top 10 oils that are in the first starter package that a lot of people start with, I love the Balance and Wild Orange to start with. They're wonderful for balancing your emotions, for creating a feeling of groundedness and confidence. And Wild Orange is just, I love Wild Orange because I like to blend it with everything. I blend it with my lavender, I blend it with my Serenity, I blend it with everything, and I can even drink it. Like Kirsten said, she makes a tea out of it. So those are two very commonly used essential oils that I would recommend trying if you haven't yet. All right, now I want to talk to you about by far the most generous purchasing program. I mean, more generous than frequent flyer miles, more generous than my Amazon subscription monthly boxes, more generous than my Costco membership for sure. It's doTERRA's loyalty rewards program. Now, it's 100% optional, right? So you don't have to do it. You still have your membership. You can order whenever you like, but it's the most intelligent way to order doTERRA products. So I want to explain why. Now, if you can see my screen, definitely pay attention because I'm talking about some numbers and some things that, but what I want you to understand is that when you purchase your natural products from doTERRA rather than, the grocery store or Amazon or whatever, if you shift your shopping to things that maybe you're already purchasing, deodorant, skincare, toothpaste, mouthwash, chapstick, vitamins, probiotics. Yes, laundry detergent. Thank you. Household cleaner, toilet cleaner, all the things. Okay, there's just a ton of products. If you shift your shopping to doTERRA's loyalty rewards program, then pretty much your essential oils are going to be free. And I'll tell you why. Because when you're purchasing those products for the first 3 months that you set up a loyalty reward shopping cart in your back office through your customer account, doTERRA actually pays you 10% back in free product points. And so that just means it's kind of like whenever you fly on an airline, like you earn a certain amount of credits, right? That you can then use on future flights. So the same thing with doTERRA. They give you 10% back of whatever you purchase that month. And then after 3 months of that, you actually bump up to 15% back in product points, right? Months 4 to 6. And you can see it jumps up 5% every month. So after you've been ordering for 13 plus months, you get 30% back in product points. Plus you actually get your shipping points as well. So if you paid like $4 for shipping or something, you get 4 points added. So let me give you a little example. Okay. So I always order, I actually spend about 200 PV every month just for my family and with my business and the way that I run it. So for a 200 point order, I'm earning 30% of that, right? So that is a lot. Every single month that I purchase, I am getting 200 times 30%, 60 points. Oh, plus my shipping, plus my $4 shipping, 64 points added to my little doTERRA bank account every single month. And you know what I like to say? Immortelle is my favorite oil. Immortelle is the oil that I have right next to my toothbrush. Okay. So if I don't use any other oils throughout the day, I probably do, but if I forget, I will always roll Immortelle over my skin every single day. It has all the most potent, amazing essential oils in it. It's like frankincense, rose, lavender, jasmine. I mean, it's amazing. Okay. And I basically get a free Immortelle every single month just for purchasing my regular household products. It's like a lifetime supply of free Immortelle every month, right? Because it's a pricier oil. It's like a $67 bottle of oil because it has all those really, really potent good ones in it. But that is free. And that's how you can kind of look at the loyalty rewards program. So not required, but I want to make sure you do understand how it works and how it can be really helpful for you. All right, Kirsten, do you have any other thoughts about that before we move on?
No, I thought you explained that just as well as I would have. Just pointing out that those 3 months before you bump up to the next one, you need to have a 50 PV order. If your order doesn't hit 50 PV, you still get your 10% that month or whatever 15% you're at, but you have to have 3 months of 50 PV to push you up to the next rung of the ladder.
Yes.
And it moves pretty quick.
It does. And PV just stands for product volume. Okay. So like pretty much all essential oils, or maybe a few, but that don't, but like pretty much all essential oils are like the PV equals the dollar amount that you're paying, right? There's just some products like the Lifelong Vitality vitamins. Actually, when you buy them in the pack of 3, they are significantly discounted. If you actually tried to buy like one of the bottles out of the Lifelong Vitality, it's quite a bit more expensive. So when they discount those products by putting them in a package, the PV amount doesn't always equal the exact dollar amount that you pay. So that's the only difference that you'll see. But PV stands for product value. They also don't give you PV on your taxes or your shipping amount. So that's just kind of how that works. So anyway, okay. Here's an example of a loyalty rewards order that I kind of mentioned before, right? Like I have my Lifelong Vitality bottles. I also take our Terrazyme. It is a digestive enzyme that I love, love, love. I actually was traveling in Mexico and I was with a group of friends and they all know about doTERRA. They love it. And they all had just run out of Terrazyme and they were coming to my room, like knocking on the door, like, can we please have your Terrazyme? I'm like, yeah, of course. I brought 2 bottles because especially when traveling, like just different foods and things are not sitting as well. So I love the Terrazyme. And then you can see in here, the Balance, the Copaiba. I love my favorite deodorant that we carry. There's a few different ones, but my favorite is the Natural Sensitive deodorant with Douglas fir and Greek orange. My husband and I both use that one, actually. And then this facial cleanser and a stronger oil is one of the kids' oils. Those are my favorites. So just wanted to kind of show you guys again, like how you can set up your loyalty rewards process date in your back office. And if you do an order of 125 PV on or before the 15th of the month, then you actually get a free product of the month. So, and it's always something really cool or different or unique. And so they definitely bring the value there. So that's kind of what it looks like in your back office shopping cart. All right. This is also an example of what it looks like with the PV, you know, like my PV was 156. I earned 5 shipping points. I earned $46.95 for that order because it wasn't 200, right? It was 156. And that's kind of those points will start adding up into your little doTERRA bank account. All right. Now we are just about done. I'd love to take some time to answer any questions that you guys have. What we have planned for the next 7 weeks after this is to really dive deep with you on all of this education. And just by being a customer and a part of our team, you actually get this education for free. Sometimes I actually think because it's free, it doesn't, I don't know, people sometimes are kind of like, oh yeah, I don't know if I can make it. I'm like, oh my gosh, people pay so much money for this. So I really hope that you will take it seriously. You'll receive it as the gift that it is for you. Next week, we're going to talk about nutrition and supplements. And it's not just oh yeah, there's this one and this one. It's really diving deep into how they work in your body, why you need to supplement, you know, talking about food and those types of things, and really helping you to create a routine that's going to work best for you and your family and your body. So then we'll move on to week 3. We'll talk all about toxin-free living. Kirsten actually has some really great experience with this in her own family as well. And so we'll give you, you know, our personal examples, a lot of statistics, some great education for all of these different topics over the next 8 weeks. We will be here at the same time, Thursdays at 4:30 Pacific time. And if you have any questions, of course, you can just reach out to us individually. And let's see, I think what else is there? I think that might be my last slide. Oh, and I'll send you a certificate of completion. Yeah, which is why you guys are all doing this, right? I think this is really valuable though, and it really shows like if you complete all 8 weeks, it really shows that you value your health, that you are genuinely on a path to wellness. And, one of my favorite quotes is, a healthy woman, it actually says man, but I like to change things to women. A healthy woman has 1,000 wishes, but a sick woman only has one. So I hope that we can help you become the healthiest version of yourself. And really my goal is to help you become that person so that you can also help others to become the healthiest version of themselves too. And together we're actually helping our communities in really a way that they need most right now. I find that a lot of us are really searching for things that we can control, right? Things that we want to do to reach out in our communities. And I really believe that being the healthiest, lightest, most vibrant version of yourself gives permission to others to do the same. So thanks for being on this journey with us. Definitely looking forward to being with you for the next few weeks. And I'll go ahead and stop sharing my screen.
I know that I have a lot of ladies that are watching this first episode in the recording. And so for anybody that is watching the recording or missed most of this class, I see Bonita just arrived. If you have any questions after watching it, reach out to me through the way that we normally communicate. Everybody also that registered for this class gets an email every week that reminds them about the class. It also has a link to a printout each week that you can print out before class, and you can scribble down notes during class. It has lots of the slides that you'll see we use during class. So you can write notes to yourself or write down little questions you'd like to ask to anyone later. And it's just a great resource to help you draw more and pull more out of these classes. Are they doing the survey after each class, Kirsten?
Yeah, if you've registered for the classes, that's how we will know to message you, right? But if you've registered, then yes, we will send you an email. We'll also send you email reminders so you can know that it's going on, and hopefully that'll be helpful too.
Okay, so for anyone that hasn't registered, all you need is a name and an email. It's not any more information than that, and it just really helps you to be consistent with the class and connects with your email, and that's it.
Yeah, and if you need it, let me type it in the chat box. It's to register if you haven't, but if you're on here, you probably did register, but it's a bit.ly link. So bit.ly/learn more oils. All right. We also have.
That's the link for this. To register, it's eoemembers.com/living wellness, right?
There you go. I have people tell me, oh, I tried this one. And anyway, wanted to make sure I was, there you go. eoemembers.com/living wellness. I was saying members when I typed it.
Third time's the charm.
Oh, I'm sorry. Keep talking.
Hi.
Hi there. I'm sorry. My phone was, I was dialing in, but I don't know. I hope I didn't miss too much of it because I noticed I came in maybe a little bit late, but I was in the waiting room the whole time. So I'm not really sure what my phone did, but this is one of my second times using Zoom.
So welcome. What's your name?
My name is Erin. I guess I'm under my husband.
Yeah, I thought you might not be Roman. I'm not sure. Anyway.
I'm not Roman.
I didn't think you were. I mean, you never know these days, right? Awesome. Well, we're happy to have you. And we'll send out, there's a recording and we'll post the recording. So if you're in Team EOE Leaders Facebook group or the Living Wellness Education Facebook group, both places will be posting the recording. So you'll be able to go back and watch the beginning as well.
Perfect. Since I have Michelle on Facebook, I think I'll have her send me an ad to the Facebook page.
Cool.
Because I don't think I have you, Kirsten, yet on Facebook.
When you go to eoemembers.com living wellness to register, right underneath it, it says to click to the Facebook invite right there. And so you'll see that there. But if you miss it, I'll definitely connect you to it.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you so much. All right, any other questions?
Yeah.
No question is a dumb question. Just if you're thinking anything at all, just ask it. It's totally fine. We're all friends here.
And if any of the 3 things you wrote down at the beginning of the class that you want to work on, issues that you have physically, reach out to the person that signed you up or invited you, and we can help you one-on-one. Definitely make plans to make progress on the things that you want to make progress on.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing, really, is that everybody, like, you're not just a member of this community, but you still like have all these other health challenges, and they're not, that's what we're here for. So definitely reach out and let us know how we can customize a wellness plan for you and help you along your way.
All right. Well, I've got a birthday party to
Thank
get
you.
to.
Cool. All right. Wonderful. Well, thanks so much for being on. Lovely to see you.
Thank
and,
you.
see you
Nice
next
to
week.
meet you guys.
Take care,
See you guys next week.
everyone.
See you. Bye.